Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for coming by. And today, we will be going over all the weapons in Apex Legends Season 5 and placing them on a tier list. As we get started with the video, please consider subscribing if you're new, liking the video if you liked it, and as always, hydrate more. Now, before we get started with our tier list, I just want you guys to be aware that these are my opinions and my opinions only, so please be nice in the comment section, but definitely let me know why you agree or disagree with some of my decisions. I will also not be including care package weapons, as they are obviously all SS tier and always worthy of being picked up at any time in the game. D tier. These are guns that you should switch out as soon as you can. P2020. Now, let's get started with this very common pistol that you can usually find right off drop. It's low damage, single fire gun, which will make it very hard to win gunfights. It's only really viable early game or as a secondary weapon with hammer points, which increases unshielded damage. Now, I'm not a fan of weapons that need hop-ups in order to be good, so for that reason, the P2020 is in tier D. The Mozambique. Continuing tier D is another very common weapon, the Mozambique. This is a pistol-shotgun hybrid. It ranks this low because of its really low mag size, which is only 3 shots, its reload time, and its pitiful damage. Again, this gun might be viable as a secondary weapon if you happen to find hammer points, but most of us wouldn't want to rock the Mozam mid-game in hopes of finding this hop-up. The Spitfire. This gun may be great for beginners with its forgiving fire rate and huge ammo capacity, but for anyone else it would just be a burden. Its unusual recoil and such low damage output will get you melted before you even had a chance to run away or shoot back. Its slow strafe speed also means you're just an easy target. The Charge Rifle. The final gun in tier D is going to be the Charge Rifle for me. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I'm not a big fan of snipers to begin with, just not my favorite playstyle, but even if I was, I'm pretty sure I'd pick up every other sniper over the Charge Rifle. You can't get a sneaky headshot in because it has the charge up animation, which will alert your enemies before the full shot even comes out to hit them. This lets the enemies move out of the way of the high damage shot. This, coupled with only 4 shots in a mag and not taking extended mags, puts this gun at D tier. C tier. These are average weapons with better alternatives. The Alternator. Starting off C tier is the Alternator. This is the definition of an average gun. It's great to land on and head into mid game, but you'll want to switch this out with a better submachine gun before you reach the end game. It's great as an attachment holder for better light ammo guns, and although it has a steady recoil pattern, it doesn't hold its own with a low fire rate and damage output. The RE45. Almost like the R99's little brother, it does what its bigger brother does, just worse. Its fast fire rate makes it great for close quarters combat, but it lacks the range necessary to carry on to endgame or even mid-game. Its horizontal recoil also adds to the reason why this gun is in C tier. Longbow. The longbow can be a beast in the right hands, especially with the addition of skull piercers, but if you're anything less than that, then this gun will be okay at best. It really lacks in the short range department, and there's just better snipers if you want to be effective long range. The L-Star. The L-Star is one of only 2 energy weapons found in the normal loot pool. This gun is labeled an LMG, but with its mess of a recoil and self-blinding muzzle flash, this gun is much better suited for close quarters. It really does melt if you can hit your bullets, so I recommend using this gun more SMG style. Even then, there are better SMGs in the game. You also can't add many attachments to this gun that could help with its issues. B tier. These are great weapons to have, and you won't be at a big disadvantage when facing A tier or S tier weapons, but just slightly outclassed. G7 Scout. This is a light ammo weapon, but arguably one of the best snipers in the game. Great at range and decent at hip fire, this gun has great ammo capacity and doesn't rely on the ever so rare sniper ammo. You could definitely bring this weapon into late game with the right weapon combos. It's in B tier, however, because I believe there's a gun that does the job a scout can do, just a bit better. The Flatline. This heavy ammo assault rifle carries a punch. Lower fire rate, but with its high damage, this gun kills faster than much faster shooting weapons. It has a single fire option, which adds to its versatility. I really enjoy playing with this gun. The only reason it's not higher on this list is because of its hard to control recoil pattern. It will definitely take some time and practice to master this weapon, but if you can, it's a force to be reckoned with. The Sentinel. Probably the most satisfying weapon to hit your shots with, the Sentinel brings back disruptor rounds, allowing you to take 100 shield off in one shot. However, at the cost of 2 shield cells. Back when this gun needed a whole battery to charge up, I would have said this gun was C tier at best, just because of how valuable those heals are. But with that change made, this gun can be very effective in the right hands. It stays in B tier and not any higher because of its slow rechamber time, extra slow reload time, and the fact that its disruptor ammo is on a timer. The Havoc. A couple weeks ago, the Havoc was S tier for sure, but Respawn knew it was broken, so they nerfed it. It was a literal laser beam before the nerf. Now it's a much more balanced gun with increased recoil and reduced mag size. Even with that done, this gun is still devastating at short range. Mid-range could still be effective, but loses its long-range beam it once had. This gun stays in B tier because of its initial charge-up time to start shooting and initial bouncy recoil. The EVA 8. The EVA 8 is a consistent and reliable shotgun. It does okay with a bolt, but with a purple bolt, its fire rate is pretty insane. At close range, this gun is devastating and will offer more consistent damage, but at the cost of single shot damage total. So you'll get more 40 to 60 damage shots, but won't get those insta-kill 100 plus damage shots. It's not higher on the list because the potential for 100 plus damage shots is just not there. A tier. Great weapons that could always be used as your main weapons. The Prowler. Capable of killing a 200 HP enemy in just 3 bursts. The Prowler is super effective when landing your burst shots. That being said, its burst shot is probably its biggest flaw, as it is harder to control burst after burst, especially at anything but short range. But if you can manage this recoil, then this weapon is lethal. And if you're lucky enough to find a select fire hop-up, then this gun is arguably the best gun in the game, as this allows the Prowler to fire in full auto, which would definitely be S tier. Hemlock. The Hemlock is a 3-shot burst assault rifle, but it can also become a single fire weapon. The single fire option makes this great at long range poke fights, even more so than the G7, because of its fire rate capacity being much higher than the Scouts. Great at long range, devastating at mid-range, and surprisingly decent at hipfire, the Hemlock deserves a place in the A tier. R301 Carbine. Up there for one of the easiest guns to use on this entire list, the R301 Carbine is just plain good. Long range, mid-range, short range, even hipfire, this gun could be used in just about every situation. With a fast fire rate, good damage, and easy recoil, this weapon earns its spot in this tier. Triple Take. I've been loving using this gun lately. In my opinion, the best sniper in the game. It's a beast at mid-range, great at long range, and so good in short range that it's a better shotgun than the Mozambique. Seriously. Its versatility and good mag size lets this be a great option till very late game where you might not need that long range option anymore. S tier. Big reason these guns are S tier is because they are the best weapon in their class. If you want that slight edge, definitely look for these weapons. Mastiff. Best shotgun in the game, hands down. This thing is capable of a 2-shot kill on purple shield with its potential of dealing 100 damage plus per shot. It's even decent at a little bit of range with some accuracy. Match this with the purple bolt and you can clear out buildings with ease. R99. Arguably the single best gun in the game. The R99 is simply a beast. Easy recoil pattern and an insane fire rate means you will melt enemies from short, mid, and even long range if you can hit your shots. Its versatility and ease of use means that you should almost always pick up this weapon, unless you already have the next weapon. Wingman. Yes, the Wingman. This pistol is the best gun, in my opinion, in the entire game. This gun is super rewarding if you hit your shots. So if you can't, I highly recommend that you practice because it is so worth it. Its already crazy damage output is supplemented by the fact that it takes a Skull Piercer hop-up, cementing its place at the top of the list. But what do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree with my list? Let me know in the comment section below. And thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.